Hey, Shalom. Before I continue with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother lawyer, and I teach you the great millstone national account. Come back with a quick lesson. And this lesson don't have a title as of right now. It'll come to me, it'll come to me probably after or during the lesson. So I had watched this video last night, and this is from Elder Manatha Zakba out of South Carolina. It says casual Israelites are not in the truth, and that's true. Now, the guy that you see in the thumbnail that came up with the dreadlocks, he said that he was an Israelite. Well, if you know that, much is required of you as an Israelite male. Now, everybody's not a teacher, but when you come up and you start telling the brothers or telling us, how to teach and what we're supposed to be doing, then, you're going to be required to do that. Because, well, if you got something to say, or if you saying, well, you should be teaching people this, well, you should be out there teaching. If that's the case, spread the news, because I forgot what the brothers was reading, but there was like, he was like, man, that's, damn, what did he say? Something to the effect of, we need to be teaching people, other stuff, which we do, but all scriptures line up to what's happening today, so yeah, we go on to prophecy and other topics of the scriptures. We ate the whole road. We teach the whole road. We teach the bitter, the good, so I got some scriptures because, much is required. We have different offices. When you're in this truth, you got to be in your lot. Now, like I said, if you're not a prophet, you shouldn't have nothing to say because you're not out there laboring. So I'm going to get this one, Luke 12 and Salakia. Let's see. Now, this goes into the servant that knew his Lord's will, and he didn't do it. So I'm going to get the main point that I want because I'm on short time. So Luke 12, make sure my volume up. All right, Luke 12, and I'm going to get 47 because we know what's required of us, right? It says, and that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beat with many stripes. So that's Israelites out here playing, with the truth, or playing with the Lord, really. You're not doing what's required of you. You're not teaching 100% doctrine. Or you've been given a talent and you ain't using your talent. You ain't multiplying your talent. Verse 48, but he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For to whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. So yeah, it says, for unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And what was given unto you, this wisdom. And so you got to do something with it. You got to multiply it. You got to multiply your talent. The Lord gave you one talent, you should gain two. So it says, let me get off of that real quick. And that says different offices, right? So Romans 12, and I'm gonna start at 4. It says, for as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. So, like I was saying, many, brothers, you're not prophets. I mean, you're a believer, but you're not made to teach. So you might have a different office. You could have the offices being the 1/3, which that's good enough. You're on the chariot. That's all you need. You might be, your office might be, making garments or supporting the brotherhood, putting posting scriptures in the comment board, or something. Give them water, whatever your office is, you got to do more. So anyway, it says, so we being many are one body in Mashiach, and every one members one of another, having then gifts different according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth, because you got brothers that exhort, on exhortation, and even with us brothers that teach, we hit on certain topics, and then certain topics that's just our thing, like history, war, then some brothers is all around. Elder Manata Zaba is all around, but Elder Malcolm, you gonna get some history, mostly you're gonna get history. So, and it says, let's go to verse 8 again. It says, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity, he that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. And you have to be diligent. The fella that came up, he's damn near ain't diligent. He's not even a new creature. Like how the elder was going into. He just know that he's an Israelite and that's it. Like I said, you're going to have brothers like that. But you need to at least know the names. The prophecies, what's coming, what's happening. Jake didn't know what the hell was going on. He don't know what's going on in the world. So you need to be tapped the fuck in. Matthew 24:14, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto him his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. So you see what it's going into. You gotta do something with the portion that was given unto you. You gotta multiply. It says or add, however you look at it, but you need to add to what you have. You gotta grow. It says, and likewise he that had received 2, he also gained another 2, or gained other 2. But he that received But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth, and he hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoning with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. All right. So it said, his Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler of many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. And I'm gonna go down to the other point, and to the one that didn't gain the talent. He put it in in the earth. One of them said napkin. I think that's in it's in Luke. Or it might be in this. Well, yeah, I think it's in Luke. Verse 24, main point I wanted. 25. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that art Slaki. I knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, that is thine. His Lord answered said to him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gathered where I have not sown. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which had 10 talents. For unto every one that have shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken even that which he have. And cast ye the unprofitable servant unto utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And so, yeah, you're an unprofitable servant. You don't have no use when it comes to the ministry, to serving the Lord, you know. So, yeah, you out there that know that you're Israelite, you're not doing nothing, you're not teaching, hey, you gonna be put down, you're gonna be put to death, and that's just straight up. All right, this gonna be my last scripture because I gotta go in a minute. 1 Corinthians 12, and I'm gonna start at 1. Says, now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have ye ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away into these dumb idols. Slack, yeah, I didn't want that. I'm gonna start at 4. It says now, and that also proves that we were the Gentiles, Corinthians, you know, because it said we was carried away to idols. Anyway, 1 Corinthians 12 and 4. Now therefore, as diversity of gifts, but the same Spirit, and there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord, and there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit. And that's going to come back. The book of Acts is about to come back to life, you know, in these times. Jacob's trouble. You know, we're going to be able to heal and do all those amazing things. It says, hell, even, you never know, speaking another language too. You know, that's in Acts 2. It says, verse 10, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. Like, and I just said that. The scripture said it. It said, but all these worketh that one in the self-same Spirit, dividing to every man several as he will. For as the body is one, and have many members, and all the members of that one body being many, are one body, so also is Mashiach. And so, I'm just proving that, you know, you have different gifts of the Spirit. You know, so you need to be using it. We all don't have the same gift, so you need to be using it. You know, you have to play your role. So with that, I hope this is an edifying lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, Shalom.